pressure. I mean, they don't have to kill each other, but still, make it a game out of it.
And another thing too that you're saying is fans, myself included, you love seeing these games that aren't normal games. It's kind of like in soccer when you have the Copas, like the Copa America, like and like how like you have the Lamar Hunt Open Cup, and you love seeing things like that. I remember I was very disappointed when I found out the Rhinos had chances to go into more of these and didn't, because you want to see these are interesting to see. And the All-Star games, that I'm not the biggest fan of the All-Star games, but a lot of people are, and I think you're onto something if they played a little harder.
Well,
yeah,
I might like it.
Like I said, just a little. They don't have to kill each other.
Right.
But
Absolutely. Here's my solution, though. Last year, the AHL got it right. They had, instead of, East versus West or North America versus Canada, or, USA versus Canada, they had just a team of AHL All-Stars versus Färjestad BK of the Swedish Elite League, and they played an actual game. They hit. And it was great in St. John's. So that's the solution. Now, I wonder if the reason they didn't do it again this year, I wonder if the NHL had a problem with the players hitting.
That very well could be.
They might have been a one-time
These
thing.
are their prospects.
These are the prospects.
I can understand.
Most million-dollar contracts, at least, they may have had a problem with them hitting in an exhibition game. I hope not, but that was fun. I think it ended up being 4-3 for the AHL All-Stars over Färjestad, but it was an actual game. I mean, they weren't killing each other, but there were penalties and they hit. So
Kinda
I think
like
that's
the
the
Spangler
solution.
Cup.
So here's what I would do. Yeah, exactly. Well, that was different. That was Rochester playing the Swiss teams and
but,
the Russian teams.
But the whole thing
But
was...
yeah, you're right. Buffalo let the Amherst play over there when they know guys could get hit. There were fights. There were hits from behind.
Rochester,
there were some
we took it a little over the edge.
I mean, Freddie Watt getting a game misconduct and then storming off at punching a cameraman basically in the hallway.
That's a clip we got to put on. That was hilarious.
Yeah. And then
his meltdown.
Luke Adam just hitting someone from behind, almost killing him. Those games were nasty.
Rochester took it to the edge.
Yeah, a little bit
overboard.
But I think they were a little overmatched.
Well, they were angry because they were getting destroyed.
They were. I mean, you could see that. The thing is, if you took the Hershey, a good AHL team like the Hershey Bears, and put them over there, it might have been different. But the Amherst are a mediocre.
Do you think they put them over there just because their name was the Americans?
Absolutely. That's the only reason. They've been invited twice. There's only been one North American team, probably not, to ever play in the Spangler Cup, and that's Rochester, and they were invited twice, 96 and 2014.
I don't think
only because of the name. It's the name and the jersey. And this is another point I made watching the skills competition last night. There's 30 AHL teams. There's only 3 teams left who have their own independent jerseys that are not their parent clubs.
How much longer do you think till we're going to have some Buffalo on that jersey?
I think it'll never happen because I think it would piss off the fans too much.
No, I don't think it would. I think the fans would like it.
Are you nuts?
No, because
the fans don't even like Buffalo anymore.
Oh no, but look at what happened when they lost their affiliation with Buffalo. People stopped going.
I know,
I'm
but
going to tell you something, and I'm going to agree with what Matt's
Sabres.
about to say, because I mean, you have the Rochester Americans that have been around for years and years and years. That's an
1956.
icon. It's an icon. That's an icon.
Absolutely.
You cannot change an icon like that.
Absolutely.
If you did change an icon like that, I don't care how.
I believe that.
like
people would get pissed.
I like that, and I would never.
I would
never
get pissed.
vote for him.
You'd get pissed. You'd get pissed, and our buddy back home, that your roommate would get pissed. Everyone else would be like, cool, because when I go to the games, I see more Sabres jerseys than Amherst jerseys in the crowd. I think if you put a Sabres jersey logo on there, I think people would like it because people don't seem to care about that.
You see more Sabres jerseys in there is because most people, I mean, I'd rather spend $80 on a Sabres jersey than $80 on an Amherst jersey.
Okay, then imagine you spend that $50 on an Amherst jersey and still get that Sabres on there. You see what I'm saying? People don't have that same. I remember growing up, the feeling of going to an Amherst game was just electric. It was like the best thing. You were so excited when your dad came home with Amherst tickets.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That doesn't happen anymore. People are all about the Sabres.
They are all about the Sabres, but I mean,
like
but to change the logo on their jersey, that would be.
Well,
just,
it'll never happen.
I'm not saying they'll change it. I'm saying they put like the other teams. They don't change it. They
no,
have
but
it on
they
there.
put So a lot of teams will have
up
on
here.
one of their shoulders the
oh
parent
yeah,
club's
no, I'm sorry.
logo.
Yeah, that would definitely happen.
I'm
you
telling
think it
you
will?
that will
I
happen.
don't think so.
It will happen.
I have a
think
feeling
it'll
that would happen.
I think the fans will protest.
No,
I don't
they
think
won't.
it'll happen.
They'll like it. It'll happen.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
I'm be honest
It
with
would
you, I thought you
screw
might
up the
change
whole
the
jersey.
logo like some of them. No,
you got a star on each side. You're not gonna have a star
There's going
and
to
then
be a Buffalo
stupid
thing. I'm
Sabres
telling
logo.
you, it's going
no,
to happen.
It's not
People
gonna
will
happen.
like
it's
it.
not gonna happen.
Do you agree with me, Mark?
It's a very good possibility.
It's not gonna happen. Well, anyways, do you know who the other 2 teams are that don't have their parent club's logo?
Wait, so
or
one of
colors?
them's Amherst. Obviously, we just established that.
Milwaukee Admirals?
No.
Hold on. Hershey does have caps.
Actually, wait, you might have gotten me there.
I don't think the Admirals have.
They might not have Nashville on there.
No, I don't think they do.
Okay, then maybe there's 4.
Let's see. I know San Antonio does.
Yeah.
The Rampage.
Think about who is the other really, really old AHL team.
Hershey.
Yes, Hershey Bears.
But Hershey does have caps on there. One of their jerseys.
Do they have one of them?
Yeah.
Okay, well this one, maybe you're right. The one I saw last night, they did not have it. They just had 2 bear paws.
I've seen one where they have caps on there.
Okay. And you are right. Okay, you actually are right about Milwaukee. They do not have any.
Well, I know because Milwaukee
natural.
has they're mainly solid black.
They're blue, light, sky blue, black, and white. But nothing national, and national is yellow.
I was gonna say because remember Portland when Portland was with Buffalo, they had a Buffalo up there.
Yeah, they did. And then the other team is the Chicago Wolves,
mm-hmm.
who are independently owned. They'll never change. And then that also, we've been talking about the California situation with the AHL.
Yep.
So we got confirmed Worcester's moving to San Jose. They're going to play in the SAP Arena with the Sharks.
I don't know.
So they're going to have 2 teams there.
And
then we got
stupid.
Stockton, Ontario, Bakersfield, and San Diego. The San Diego Gulls are coming back.
That is going to be awesome, but
now,
I think that's stupid putting an AHL team and an NHL team
it makes
in a
no
city
sense.
Like San Jose.
I think they know it's not going to draw very well. They're just going to eat the money.
Yeah.
You know? But anyways, so that's going to happen next year, probably 5-team Western Division. Now, because of that, the Amerks will finally move. It's been pretty much confirmed back to the Eastern Conference. So
that
the Amerks will move finally back to the Eastern Conference, so they'll play teams like Springfield, Portland. St. John's, hopefully.
Will they still play the Who Let the Dogs Out? Hamilton.
The Bulldogs?
Yeah.
Probably. They'll probably still play, Binghamton, Syracuse, Hamilton, Utica, Toronto, but maybe not as much. I don't know.
I hate seeing Hamilton 50 million times.
Yeah, hopefully it won't be 12 times against Hamilton.
It's like us against Syracuse.
Yeah, it's the same thing. So they'll probably be moving back to the East. And as far as we were talking about, they were going to cut the schedule from like 76 to 66 games. Or apparently
year,
it might not happen because a lot of the teams who are independently owned, they have to pay a certain fee to the NHL on a per-game basis to basically have the rights of having the NHL players play in their city, and the NHL would be getting less of that revenue if they cut games. So it's like 50-50. Half the league wants to cut the schedule, half the league doesn't. They need a 75% vote to change the schedule, so it's probably not going to happen. So probably the whole fears of, they're going to cut the schedule to 60 or 66, probably won't happen. Probably stick with 76.
I would just be amazed that they even want to drop, the games like that.
Yeah, it's a money thing, but
there has to be some money.
Well, as we said, it was about teams not wanting to host games on Wednesday nights or Tuesday nights or
money losing nights.
Right, well, it does get like that. Like I said, we have the same problem, being with the Lancers because we have to work our schedule around all the other teams that play there. So we get a Saturday 1:00 game. I mean, most people are either working, they got stuff, and then Sunday.
But still, the Lancers still will draw over 7.
They still draw
really well.
Right? But if you think about it, how many people will you draw if it's a 7:00 game on a Saturday night?
A heck of a lot more.
I don't know.
I think the Lancers can get sellouts.
You know what? I disagree. Sam is always complaining about the dates. I think that the Lancers have found a very good niche playing in the afternoons. I think Saturday and Sunday afternoons works.
You think it's become a cultural thing for
Absolutely. I don't think the crowds would be any bigger on a Friday or Saturday night. I really don't.
On a Sunday afternoon, I think Sunday at 4:00 we had a good crowd.
Yeah,
I think it was a good game. But I think on a Saturday, we had a Saturday game. I think it was at 1:00. That's a terrible time.
It is.
Guys like myself, if I wasn't on the team, I wouldn't be able to go because I really actually would have to work.
Right.
Yeah. So I think a lot of people, some people work on Saturdays, or and the other problem is a lot of people, most people that come there, it's fan friendly, so it's kid friendly, and a lot of people have their kids playing soccer.
Yeah, they have sports.
So yeah, if you get them at night.
But in the winter, you're gonna have less people playing soccer.
Believe it or not, they're all playing indoor.
Yeah, indoor. You got hockey, man. Basketball.
Yeah, but it's a different sport.
Still,
not all
you don't
kids
think
play soccer
you don't think
and hockey.
people's families
I just think a Saturday later in the day game would be more fan friendly for us. But it is what it is. We draw a pretty good crowd, so.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it'd be.
We can all speculate, I guess.
Right? It's not going to happen.
Yeah. It is what it is, but we deal what we got to
do. Until
I think they do well with what they got.
Until like Sam says, the Lancers build their own arena.
Dome arena, I think would be a good idea.
The dome's not going to happen. I don't know.
I don't know why, but I think it's right there. I think that'd be the best thing. The dome.
I think it's fine the way it is. Honestly, everyone goes to one place. It's a nice place. They keep renovating it. They keep putting. They're going to put more. Remember we talked about?
Yeah,
The
we
city's
did.
going to put more money, another $8 million into renovating it. It's great. The locker rooms are nice, right?
The locker rooms are actually decent. I mean, I have no complaints other than our turf, but it's not
Yeah, I
anybody.
mean that is one
It's
problem.
not anybody's fault. I mean, it's not the arena's fault. It is what it is, and we're trying to rectify that situation. But other than that, I mean, it's a nice place. But I mean, the problem is they need to give us a better deal to play there. I mean, it's pretty expensive for the Lancers to play there. And
Yeah, it's like every team.
yeah,
How was the turf this weekend? How was it?
actually, it was a lot better. I mean, you actually go to some of the other places or you see it on TV and you think that their fields are perfect. Well, they're all not. And they all have their little quirks here and there. But our field was a lot better than it's been in a while. But again, it still has those wrinkles and those cuffs, and people are still tripping coming over to the bench, or
Yeah.
I mean, so hopefully we get that straightened out in the years to come, and
Yeah.
It'll be.
people want to play here instead of being like, oh, here we go again.
All right, we're going to shift gears to
All right.
basketball for a bit. Joining us on the show right now is the big 6'10" man for the Rochester RazorSharks, Anthony Stover. Anthony, thank you for joining us.
How's it going?
Very good.
Welcome to the show.
Big win for you guys on Saturday over the Erie Hurricane. It was going to a RazorSharks game, you kind of have come to expect now as a fan that you guys are going to win. And it usually becomes a thing like, will it be a close game today, or are they going to win by 80, like in years past against Erie? But it was actually a pretty close and, entertaining game for 3 quarters, and then you guys just pulled away in the fourth, just dominating, putting up a total of 143 points. You guys happy with the performance Saturday?
Yeah, we're a little bit happy with it. I would say.
A little bit.
We're a little bit. Yeah, I think we're actually a little disappointed with our defensive game and allowing, I think, 114 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're not happy with that at all. But as you can see, we got some players that can play. In order to score 147 points, you got to have some guys on your team that could put the ball into the basket.
Absolutely, and you guys got some shooters. I mean, Jerice and Gabe Freeman and Fred Durr and you down low. Of course, my favorite part is now whenever you make a block, and it seems to happen a lot every game, we have Rocky Prada going, you go like for lacrosse, he's like, Vino says no, he goes,
Yeah, actually, since the 8th grade, blocking shots has been my favorite thing to do in the game of basketball. So I really get a lot of energy from it and a lot of excitement. And I'm sure my teammates and the fans feed off of it as well.
Absolutely. I mean, there's not a lot more exciting in basketball than seeing a block shot. So you played at UCLA for 2 years, and then you went pro, correct?
Correct. I was at school for 3 years, but I redshirted my freshman year.
And playing at UCLA, I mean, that must have been pretty exciting. That's that's a legitimate D1 program.
It was an incredible experience playing under Ben Allen and just playing in that history of basketball. UCLA, everyone knows around this world when you say those 4 letters, they think of John Wooden and the 10 championships that he brought to Los Angeles. And just being able to be a part of that history is incredible. And it was a blessing, and I loved every second of it.
And then you went pro. I saw you ended up in the D League with the LA Defenders.
Right. I went to an open tryout in LA and said I'm gonna take a shot, and I ended up making the team and starting on the bench but made my way to a starter eventually during the season.
And then how did your journey lead you to Rochester?
My D League season actually ended because of an injury. I broke my foot taking a charge almost towards the end of the season.
And then and then you came to Rochester the next season?
Oh, and then actually this summer, my coach Spawn is a good friend with my agent, and they connected, and he said it would be a great opportunity for me up here.
And of course, what are your thoughts? I mean, coming to a team